Oh, here we go, ladies and gents. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. You say those words often? Oh man, I wish I woulda. Oh, I should have done that. Oh, I could have done that. If that's you, if you've said that before, because I know I have, this is the episode for you. Here we go.
Shut up and sit down.
The Business Bros Podcast was created for you. Learn from the business professionals who come to share their stories. Find out what's working in business and social media, what's hot and what's not, straight from the mouths of successful entrepreneurs out there doing the real work. And now, welcome to another episode of
Business Bro. Yeah. What up, ladies and gents? First of all, shout out to Startup Hustle TV and Matt DeCourcy for the t-shirt. Founder. Love it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I always love some free stuff, some cool stuff from what you guys are out there doing. So thank you very much, Matt, for making it happen. I got Rocky playing in the background, right? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for me, this type of song is a song that's on my running playlist. Why? Because it's that thought. Like, if you ever watched Rocky, this scene, or at least the music that is playing when you hear these the scenes that are playing when you're hearing these music, it's what up, Ham? It's my energy going.
Man, I popped in here, I saw you went live, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's see what Nan's up to today. And then I saw you were by yourself. I was like, can't leave my bro hanging.
Dude, thank you. Love you.
Can do.
Always,
I love you, man.
Coming on board. All right, dude. So, woulda, shoulda, coulda.
What are we talking about today? Woulda, coulda, shouldas.
Woulda, coulda, shouldas. So, I was talking about the Rocky song because for me, the story of Rocky is always super cool. Like, I remember listening to man, I just hit the button on my chair, dropped down. I remember listening to a Joe Rogan episode, and he said, or a clip, anyways, and he's talking about how everybody starts off at zero. Like, think of yourself as the character in a movie, and right now you suck, but you're grinding it out. And I think that's one of the cool things about Rocky is that when he got his opportunity and you first see him to start training in, it's not that he didn't box or not that he wasn't in shape, but to really commit to something, knowing that it's quite possible in all likelihood, he ain't going to win. He ain't going to beat the
expectation,
Apollo, right?
The expectation is that he's going to lose.
But he goes in giving it his all anyway. Right. And so that's super inspirational. The fact that he's building up to something, because I feel like we've done the same thing and we continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. So I wanted to share this woulda, shoulda, coulda story, Ham, because I figured it's kind of cool. I've been having more and more sales calls, more and more conversations with clients that want to work in growing their business and getting more clients and in advertising, right? And we recently signed a client who we're focusing our attention right now on the car wrap industry, right? So we're targeting people who wrap cars, vinyl, custom paint jobs, window tinting, that sort of stuff. And so we're helping those specific type of clients. We signed one on Jose here in San Diego. 4 days ago, we started his campaign. 4 days ago, we launched his campaign. He's already got 16 leads coming his way.
Dang.
Awesome, dude. That's fire. That makes it rain right there. That's what's happening.
Hell yeah.
Right? So we're helping do that. And I was thinking about different stories that I can tell, different things that I can use from my own past to when I'm talking to clients to kind of show them, like, this is the natural progression of business. Yeah, you know what? You started off just telling people what you do, and then maybe you got word of mouth. Well, if you want to grow your business, if you want to take it to the next level, then you got to step into the advertising space. You have to take money and invest it into yourself, into your business, or you're going to plateau at a certain point. So I was thinking in our background, like, when did this happen? And,
easy money, man. PCK days.
PCK days, right? So at the very beginning for PCK was a necessity, right? We had to get business. We had a
For
mortgage
context,
to pay.
PCK was our mobile computer services. We were the Geek Squad before there was a Geek Squad.
Right, exactly. And we basically had to have business. So James and I did what we knew how to do. We created a flyer, right? We literally created a digital flyer. We printed a bunch of them out. we strapped on our rollerblades and we went door to door putting these flyers out saying, hey,
to
you
be
got computer
young again.
problems. We'll fix it, right? That was it. And it worked, right?
Rollerblades.
Rollerblades, dude. Really,
Yeah.
like that's it was.
I'm over here with my rice sock under my hip, healing this back injury. Over here talking about rollerblading.
But that's what we did, dude. That's how it happened. Every morning, that was our exercise. We would wake up in the morning, throw the rollerblades on, look at our Thomas guide, because that's how we did it before. Right?
Yeah,
Look at
before the
Thomas
days
guide.
of GPS.
Exactly. Before the days of GPS, pick
On
a
the smartphone.
neighborhood, drive over to that neighborhood, and then up and down the streets, putting out flyers. And it worked, sort of, right? Like we got some customers here and there, and it was cool.
Oh, I mean, it worked great. No. Like, don't discredit that. It worked
it did.
amazingly. Like, okay, so there was the first part where you and I were doing the door to door stuff, and we were leaving flyers. Then we like upgraded the flyers, and they became door hangers with
Yeah,
stickers.
hold on. You're going.
Oh,
too fast for me.
am I
You're
getting ahead?
of me.
I'm
Yeah,
getting ahead?
You're exactly
Okay, I'm
right. You're
getting
exactly right. But that's true, right? And
the
this
progression.
is
The progression.
This is the progression. And so okay, so first we start off with flyers, and that worked pretty well. We got a couple appointments here and there. Revenue started coming in. That's a win, right? And we wanted to do better, right? And here's the problem: when you grab this regular sheet of paper and you try to put it on a door, it doesn't always stay. You got to find creative ways to put this flyer on the door.
And you can't put it in the mailbox because that's illegal.
You can't put it in the mailbox. It's illegal to put it in the mailbox. So, like James said, we switched from a flyer to a door hanger, and the efficiency got better. Why? Because now we knew exactly where we were going to put this flyer. It was really easy. You just stick it on the doorknob right there, right? Or it was super easy, which means we were able to put out more door hangers quicker, which means we got our message out to more people faster, and that improved our return on our investment, right? But then we took it another step further, and this is Dad's idea, right? He's like, okay, it's cool when you are out there putting a door hanger on people, and when they see the door hanger and it says, oh, is your computer running slow? We can help you. That's great if the person needs you at that very moment. Right? But what about the person who needs you next week or next month?
They already
I don't know about you guys. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but when I get mail or door hangers, I look at them like, oh, that's cool. Crumple, trash. Right? So Dad had a genius idea. He said, why don't you guys put a sticker on the bottom of your door hanger and tell people on the flyer, hey, we fix computers, but throw this away and take the sticker, put it on your computer, call us when you need us.
Boom.
That took our marketing to a whole new level. Because now think about it. We've got more efficient on our distribution. Yeah, good job, Dad. We got more efficient on our distribution, which means the people who needed us right now at this very moment saw us. But we were not only getting calls from those people, we were getting calls from people we had distributed door hangers and stickers a week ago, 2 weeks ago, which means we went from having enough appointments or generating some revenue to having too many appointments, to having to hire somebody, to having to hire a second somebody, to having to hire a third somebody. It was awesome.
Wow.
Right?
We did that.
It was cool. Like
we did that.
We did that. It was hard work.
Yeah.
But we built that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Now, I want to equate that to what's happening today, right? Before I even get into the woulda, shoulda, coulda story, because it's a whole another one. Today, a lot of us are doing the same thing. We're starting with the paper flyer, except our paper flyer isn't a paper flyer. It's a post on our social media page. We create something that we think is cool or a message that we want to share. And what do? We post it on our social media page. And 25 people see it, 7 people see it, 150 people see it.
Yeah.
But I would argue that more people saw our handed flyer that we dropped off that was just a printed paper before we even did door hangers, because it took them time to look at it, decide whether they wanted to see it. And the fact that they had to crumple it or take it to a trash can meant they had our view or our company in their possession longer than what people see today, where they just swipe. Right?
That's
so
problem
number
true.
1.
That is so true.
Right?
Yeah. They
the
held it in
works.
their hand long enough to take it from their door to the trash can.
Which means they had at least thinking of us. Sometimes it was good thoughts like, damn, I need to fix my computer. And sometimes it was like people leaving trash on my freaking door, right?
Right.
But it didn't matter. They were thinking of us for longer than you get a swipe today. So, okay, is social media advertising done? No, it's not. You still need to do that because you're creating a brand for yourself. The same way that we were sending out flyers and people who didn't use us saw a flyer, we were putting our name out there. They knew we existed at that point. It was a blip on the radar. You are a blip on the radar, and that's the start. How do you make it better, right? So when we went from flyers to door hangers, this is where you start thinking, okay, I'm going to boost my post, or I'm going to create an ad for Facebook and Instagram, right? And now all of a sudden, your flyer is much more efficient because it's not just going out to your social media following, it's now going out to people that you can target directly. If you know how to do that. If not, you let Facebook and Google or whatever create the lookalike audiences and let them do the work, but it's more efficient. You're getting better at your advertising, which is cool. But the reason why you want to work with someone like us is because we add the sticker to your marketing, right? And this is where the difference happens in where you wanted to be to where you are today. See, right now, if you're just doing a little bit of boosting and maybe you're posting on your social media, everybody who's ready to work with you right now is going to reach out to you and work with you right now. Awesome. But what about those other people who saw what you were doing, who were kind of interested like us? They had a computer. They maybe thought they needed us, but just not at this moment. How do we get them to put the sticker there so they can call us when they need us? Well, that's what our team does. This is why working with the Business Bros, this is why working with a professional in the advertising space is so important, because we do a couple different things. One of them is retargeting. Retargeting is simple. Someone who showed a little bit of interest in what you were doing now clicked on your ad, we pixel them, we target them, and now we show them your ad later on. Maybe when they leave Facebook and they go on Instagram, oh, look at that, there you are again. And then they're, scrolling, they got to search for something on Google, and look at that, oh my gosh, there you are again. And they go to another platform and look, there you are again. Because we want to be in front of people when they're ready to buy. We want to be more efficient. How do we improve that? How do we continue with the sticker? Well, when somebody comes to our landing pages, they give us their name and email. Now all of a sudden, we can not only retarget them, but we can put them on a touch campaign. So in other words, we can send them emails showing them what you do, explaining the benefits and features, showing them how they can benefit from what it is that you do. We send them emails, we send them text messages, enough touch points so that eventually when they're ready to buy, you're not just the first time they've seen you. They've seen you multiple times. Our automation system is a 19-point touch. We reach out to your client 19 times in a combination of text messages, in a combination of emails, and on top of that, we're retargeting. That's how you place the sticker.
Statistically speaking, it's like 7 times before they even recognize you, and
it's actually increased more. So if you talk to people in the marketing industry, it used to be 7 touches, and that's because they would see commercials and stuff like that. Now you're bombarded with stuff. Right. I mean, you see an ad every 3 or 4 posts. So
right.
You have to show up more often. You have to show up more often. Now into the woulda, shoulda, coulda stories, right? Because I just explained to you what it's like to work with us and why you want to work with a professional. The difference between just handing out a piece of paper flyer at a house versus having that door hanger sticker example for us, right? What really turns around, what really makes your business better, because you're getting a better return on investment as we fine tune your ads. You're getting a better return on investment because we're hitting them over and over again on retargeting. You get a better return on investment because we're hitting them again with emails and text messages. Your return on investment is just way bigger. It's way better. It's more concentrated. It's like when we put a sticker on the computer. Let me take you back to that time when we were working at PC Cruisers. Hired one of our employees, and he was much more with technology and where the internet was going at the time. Right?
Okay, wait. Before you get there, because we didn't just end with the door hangers. We also went to the penny saver, and we were sending out 40,000 flyers at a time inside of the penny saver, thrifty nickel, whatever magazine. So like we were still mass marketing, we were still getting out there and getting in our
Trying to get
faces
more
and our
efficient.
names in front of people. And yeah, I mean, we figured it's a numbers game, right? But this story right here shows how technology has made it even better for us. And here's our woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Here's our woulda, coulda, shoulda. And it's funny that you said that because that's part of this next part and the analogy. So here's how it works. Chuck comes to me one day and he's like, hey man, there's this thing called Google pay-per-click, right? It's new. Basically you create an ad and people who are searching for computer repair, our information would pop up first and they can click on it and then they call us when they need help. Right? Now, of course, it sounds like common sense.
Today.
But back then, you guys got to understand, back then, Google and the internet was new. We were not only advertising, taking our door hangers and putting them out. Like James said, we were sending out things in Penny Saver. We would pick zip codes and just mass drop basically leaflets of information on people in their mailboxes.
We had our statistics that we were looking at. Like this zip code has done better than this zip code. We got more returns from this one.
We were still at this point guessing and throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall to see what sticks, right?
Yep.
Not just that. Okay, this is another reason why we doubted Google, because back then when I wanted to figure out, if I wanted to know where my local pizza was, I would go to the Yellow Pages.
We didn't go to Google yet.
You didn't go to Google yet. You didn't go.
There was no Yelp
there yet. There was no Yelp. None of that stuff existed. So we were advertising in traditional media like Yellow Pages. We had Yellow Pages from Pacific Bell back then, by the way, formerly Pacific Bell, now AT&T. We were advertising in Verizon's Yellow Pages. We were advertising in Yellow Book, these different platforms that were traditional advertising. So when Chuck comes to me and says, hey, we can do this thing, I said, no. Why would somebody look for us on Google when their computer is broken? Was my argument, right? Now here's the thing.
It's so funny looking back and thinking about it because today it just feels so dumb. Like, of course they're gonna go on Google and search for computer repair when their computer's like only starting to malfunction. Right. But here we are thinking, if their computer doesn't work, then their computer doesn't work. How are they going to go on Google and look for us?
Oh, then they're going to go to the Yellow Pages. That was my logic, right? That was my thought process. Now, here's what I learned being in sales being in sales period and being in business period. When I told Chuck, no, that's not going to work, I didn't really say N-O. What I told him, what I was really saying, if I was listening from a sales perspective, is I didn't KNWO. I didn't know enough information to make a proper decision.
Yup.
And that's where a lot of you businesses out there are at right now. When someone like myself says, look, dude, we're sending you more business. Yes, it is expensive, right? It costs money. We're charging $3,000 to start, right? $1,000 in ad spend, $2,000 in creative. We handle all the stuff on the back end for you. We're sending you business, right? This is what there is, a capital investment in this thing, but you got to understand, right? It's not, when I'm sitting down, I need to share with the client, you, the business owner, I got to talk about where your business is today. I got to look at what your ideal customer is. I got to see what your target, what your price point is for your particular product. Is it even worth it? Is it a fit? And if we are a fit and we do want to move forward, right? What I'm trying to do is give you enough information so that you make a more educated and informed decision. I'm trying to give you enough so that you know KNWO. And if you know that, you're not going to tell me NO because you're going to understand the situation. You're going to understand that in order for you and your business to go to that next level, these are the proper steps. Look at any company, right?
I always love Russell Brunson's analogy on like ad spend and advertising investments and stuff like that. And he basically puts it like this. If you were to give me a $5 bill and I gave you a $10 bill back, how many times would you do that?
Yes. As many as I possibly could.
As many as I possibly can. So it's 3,000 in, but the goal is to get 4,000 back or 5,000 back or however much you can.
Exactly.
Right? And if
Like
we can do that, you
Then
want to
that's
do
the
that
win.
as many times as you possibly can.
Right. And I'm talking to these clients, I'm like, and I'm asking them things like, when you talk to people, when you talk to customers that are interested in what you're doing, what's your close ratio? If you talk to 10 customers, how many of them actually do business with you? 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, whatever their number is. And I'm like, look, this is the number of leads we're bringing. If you close that same amount of numbers just based on your own sales skills, where you are today, that is a great exchange. But remember, I'm not giving you a flyer. I'm not telling you just post on your social media or we're just going to do the ads. I'm creating an entire marketing process for your business so that it's not just the few people that come in that are semi-interested. It's also the people who have seen what your product is all about, who we show with emails and text messages is how they can implement it in their business, who have opened their eyes and are ready to take that next step.
You basically already searched for them, right?
They've already searched for you. Now we're showing them what it takes to get to that next level, right? So for me, the would have, should have, could have, I look back at that situation with Chuck, and when he said, hey, we should do Google AdWords, like this is the next thing. And I said, no, man, imagine what kind of business I could have been in if I would have done a little more research, if I would have stepped aside from what I thought was traditionally the way I was working, if I could have looked at companies that were already successful in what they were doing. Amazon, the biggest company out there, created their empire, guess what? On Google Ads. When Google Ads made its debut, they were one of the #1 people spending money to build their business. They understood the value of only speaking to people who have their hand in the air saying, I have a problem that you can solve. That's it. Like you're literally doing what we did. We thought efficiency was go to Penny Saver, drop 1 million leaflets into a zip code, and hope that 1% or less than 1% said yes. But you're literally promoting and spending money and putting effort into a market where you don't even know what the return is going to be. You don't know if these people are interested. You don't know if these people have a problem. You don't know anything about them. You're just throwing the flyers out and hoping something sticks to the wall. You need to be much more targeted. You need to be much more focused. And you don't need to go and learn it all yourself. You can, but let me tell you, the story I'm telling you about was back around 2004. Yeah, do quick math real quick. Yeah. That was like 18 years ago.
Shoot, stop it.
So you can, yes, learn it all yourself. And I commend you. I suggest you start learning some of it. Start speaking the language. You do a couple Google searches, YouTube searches, watch some stuff. But I can guarantee you this. As soon as you step into that space and you try to do it yourself, there are so many details that you're going to overwhelm your time. You're going to spend all your time trying to become a Google Ads person, and you're going to forget all about the main thing that you got into business for in the first place, which is, in this case, would be the car wraps.
Snap. So basically what you're saying is that like people who try to do it all are, and this happens all the time, right? We are business owners and we build our business and we are the accountant and we are the technical producer and we are the marketing geniuses and we try to do all these things. And when it comes right down to it, we're like great at the thing that we built our business around, baking cakes or whatever. We're great at that, but we're not necessarily great accountants and we're not necessarily great marketing experts. We need to hire that stuff out so that we can have top-notch people in those positions that's going to bring us more business.
Look, you're a 10 at your business. That's why you're in it, right? Mowing lawns, baking cakes, whatever it is that you do, you're good at that. Why would you want to hire yourself when you're a 2 in advertising?
I gave it a 10. A 10.
That's right. I forgot about it.
I got you.
Right? That's the truth. What's going to happen is you're going to say, you know what? Advertising is expensive. I don't know if I want to do that. Right? You're going to wait or you're going to try to learn it yourself. And a day's going to go by, a week's going to go by, a month's going to go by, a year's going to go by, and you're going to be in the same spot you were a year ago. And guess what you're going to say? Oh man, I wish I should have.
Wish I
Man,
would.
oh, I could have. Oh, I would have. Where would I have been today if I had just done it? Right? If I just hired that professional who's already doing it, someone who is certified, someone who's going to explain it to me, someone who can show me the results that they're already doing with somebody else. That is what you're looking for. You're always in business. I mean, 650 different entrepreneurs have come through the podcast. And guess what? Almost every single one of them says, get a mentor. If you want to do something, find somebody who's already successful at it and get help from them. It's much cheaper, especially in the long run, for you to hire a professional to help you succeed at something than to try to figure it all out yourself. And I get it. I get it. I get it that for some of you, it's going to be an expensive thing, right? But here's what I've learned in business over the last 20 years. Sales cure all ails. The question I ask in our insurance agency all the time when we have a suggestion, that's a great idea. How are you going to pay for that?
Sales. You got to have more sales. More sales.
Sales. You need customers. That's really, really what it comes down to, which reminds me, commercial break. Do you need more customers? Worried about how you're going to pay your next bill? You need sales. I get it. Starting a business is tough. And one of the most difficult things to do in your business is to get customers. How do you get in front of those people? How do you get in front of your ideal customer? You do it through paid ads. Let us create the content for you, place it in front of the audience so that you get the work and your business does not fail. Failure is not an option. You have to succeed. And the only way you're going to do that is by getting more customers. Are you ready to grow your business? www.businessbros.biz. No more excuses. You know what you need to do. You need to get more customers. www.businessbros.biz so that you can get started getting new customers today. Boom. That's it. You need more customers. That's what it comes down to. You're in business, you need more customers. I ain't ever heard of a business or a company that says, we don't need any more customers. No, we're good. We're good. That's bull, right? More customers equal more problems. James and I were literally having this discussion today. He's having a discussion with one of his employees about splitting great months, right? All of a sudden it's like, do you want commission or do you want draw? Do you want this or do you want that? Well, the truth of the matter is that's an excellent problem to have, right? That's the problem you want.
A lot of sales. That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. It's a good problem to have.
Right? When you start having disputes about how you're going to split profits, that's the problem that you want. Not the one that you have right now where you have a shortage of cash. Not the one where the bills are coming in.
Not a good problem to have.
Not enough revenue coming in. That is not the problem you want. You want the excess, and that only comes from sales. That's what it comes down to. And I promise you, if you don't take action, you're going to be asking yourself those three little things, right? Woulda, shoulda, coulda. And I don't want you to wait that long. Just go to businessbros.biz. Let's have a conversation. Let's sit down and talk. And I'm going to tell you right now, not everybody's a fit. There's some of you who are in the business and you're just, it's not ready. Your business is not ready for this stage. But there are a lot of you who have been at it for a while and you wonder why you're stuck, why your business has plateaued at this point. And it's because you haven't taken the time to invest in yourself, right? That's really what it comes down to. Ham, thanks for hopping on, dude.
Yeah,
always a good time. I miss you, bro.
I know, man. I miss you too.
I'm glad you're feeling better, though.
Rubbing my calf, trying to still sore.
Man, getting old sucks.
Getting old. Nah, no. I don't know about you. I don't know about all that. It'll go away soon. I don't know about all that. It'll go away soon.
It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. It's getting better.
It's getting better.
All right, ladies and gents. Well, have a good weekend. We'll see you guys again on the flip side. And hey, think it over and look at your business. Really take a look at your business. What do you need? You need more sales. Hands down. Look,
always.
You wrote a New Year's resolution, and if you're like most people, wealth is probably one of those things. You got into business because you had dreams and aspirations. You wanted to go on vacation. You wanted to be your own boss. You wanted to make more money without having to ask for a raise. Here it is. In order to make money in business, the truth and the reality is you have to be able to spend money. You just got to spend it in the right spot. You spend it on yourself. You invest in your brand, you invest in your company, and you invest in a way that generates revenue. That's what advertising is all about. That's what all the big boys do. So if you're ready to play in the big boy game, you're ready to step in the arena, www.businessbros.biz. Have a great rest of your weekend. Rock it. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Business Bros Podcast. Are you looking to get more clients or to increase your income? Hernan, the business bro, can help you generate referrals through the power of podcasting. And James, the insurance bro with Pipeline Insurance, can help you effectively add insurance to your existing business. If you are ready to create wealth today and generational wealth for tomorrow, email businessbros@csfirst.com to schedule a free consultation or join the Business Bros Network, www.businessbros.biz.